Hey guys, welcome back. So it's been a while between videos again. I've been fighting with that new clear coat I bought. The one I tried to use in that last video that went all lumpy. So I've ended up making a horizontal lure turner for that guy. I've got a barbecue rotisserie motor on it that does 2 revolutions per minute. It seems to like it works. It's still very finicky. So I don't know, I'm thinking I might just scrap that clear coat and buy a different one. It's a shame because it's extremely scratch resistant. Which is pretty good quality and efficient lure, so I'm just worried it might be too brittle. But anyways, today we're going to make a little top water. I'm pretty sure I'm going to go wake little mouse or rat. See what it looks like, see what size I end up making it. But yeah, the weather's crap. It's been crap for 2 weeks now. The rivers are starting to get pretty full. They actually closed the dam the other day because I was going over the wall and they were a bit worried about people in boats getting sucked over the wall or something, I don't know. But yeah, dam was closed for a few days for boat traffic. So there's a little block of camphor I picked up from a table manufacturer. I was on the old Facebook marketplace and I seen some person advertise offcuts. So there was a whole heap of offcuts, probably about 300mm long. Free to good home, go and pick them up. So yeah, I went and grabbed a piece of camphor. I'm pretty sure it's camphor anyway. It smells like camphor. Let's get into it. Wake rat. Hopefully this rain's not too loud for you. So I've cut a little sample block off this. The grain's not as favourable as I would like, but we're going to run with it. So the sample block, density is 0.52, a little heavier than I like, but this one's going to be a surface lure, so it might work out pretty good. Wake bait. So yeah, that's cut this block. They're the measurements: 33mm, 33mm, 32mm high, and it weighs 18.2 grams. I think to start off with, I might just try and sketch a little bit of a mousy pattern before I put it on the wood. So what I'm sort of thinking, right, is if I do something similar to that sort of shape, bit of a mousy nose on him and then a bit of a mousy ear. Obviously that won't be notched out as much, but something like that, and a little mousy tail. What do you think? That'll end up being around 65mm, maybe 70mm. Mouse eyes point a little bit more forward than they do sideways, but I'll probably end up making them a little bit sideways. So I don't know if this is going to work, but I bought that stuff to make the tail out of. Got the choice of tan, brown or black. It's like a suede-y type material. I've got some sitting in water currently to make sure it's not going to disintegrate and fall apart, but so it's fairly rigid. But it's also soft. That a bit mousy looking or not? It'll do. So this block I'm using is obviously same dimensions as that, 33mm square pretty much. Very first thing I might do, establish where I want his bib. Do I go 90 or do I? Yeah, stuff it. Let's go. Well, that's going to be his level float. I'll have to chuck a bit of lead in his butt. Maybe about there. Put a bit of a lip. No idea if this will work. This is the first time I've ever made a mouse. Main reason I chose mouse. It's coming into Saratoga season. So if I can trick one of those guys to get on a mouse lure, that will be quite awesome. Alright, we'll cut that guy out and then we'll work on the tops. And cut them out first, then I'll draw on that. Because yeah, that's she's going to be a pretty bulky mouse at 33mm. Bulky lure, I mean. Alright, I'm going to go and cut. Alright, so there's going to be a lot of manual sanding up in here, obviously. If anyone's wondering, that's casting resin. Casting up a few more poppers and I'm working on something. I've obviously made the mould, but yeah, I haven't filmed it. A real square top, sort of like a mullet profile. So he's at the stage now where I'm going to weight the prototype and take him for a swim. A little silicone mould for a tail. I don't know whether I'll cook that out of soft plastic or what I'll do, but yeah, no video. Just for a size reference, 70mm mouse. That body alone's what? 150 to the center of the eye, another 15. So what's that, 165mm worth of body alone. Then I think that tail, I tried to cast a resin tail, but it obviously didn't work. So what's that, 110mm to the joint, plus another 90. So she's going to be 200mm long. Summertime flathead on the shallows, hopefully. Or big cod. What are we thinking? Is that too big? Might make him skinnier. Alright. Go and chop that out and then we'll come back and reevaluate. So now, my intention was to make his head a bit skinnier below the ear, so his ear sticks out, but don't know if I will. Maybe I will by just carving. So I sort of carved around like that. The eyes are going to end up being up here somewhere. Little wake bib. Because by the time I carve the ear around there and like carve this meat out of it, it's going to make that sort of flow into that transition a bit better. Probably should have made his tail end a bit bigger. That's fine. We'll call him the stubby bush rat. So I didn't show you last night, but when I was carving on, the lip slot wasn't wide enough, and I went to the bandsaw to try and widen it. Grabbed it, ripped it out of my fingers, nearly cut my hand. So I thought, well, that one's toast, I'm gonna stuff around with it and draw on it. But now I'm thinking I might try and repair that and continue on. This is all going to be painted over later, so it doesn't really matter too much. That's just Sharpie. I was thinking if I get a bit of lip material and try and backfill that with some UV resin, then I've still got 3. I might do that first, let it set while I work on these 2, and then let it set in the sun, that is. And I'll work on these 2 and then finish this one off. Should I mix a bit of sawdust into it maybe? I got a feeling that's going to glue that lip in, but we're going to try it anyway. I'm just going to go out in the sun for a sec. Before we start power carving, this guy's been sitting in the sun for about 15 minutes now. Let's see if the lip comes out. I don't think it's going to, but oh, maybe. Look at that. Beautiful. I seriously thought that would have stuck to that. It scares me a bit now, the amount of people who use UV resin to glue lips in. Maybe we saved him. The only other battle wound he's got is on the tip of the ear there, and there's a bit on his back. I was literally holding him like this, went into the bandsaw and it grabbed it and just very close to the blade. Alright, we'll work on him later. Let's try and power carve. I'm going to put a dust mask on. That surprisingly worked really well. UV resin mixed with sawdust. It's going to look shit if that was clear coated, but that's going to be painted anyway, you won't know. Well, you will know because you see me do it, but... Alright, so got all these sanded up to 180. Now I'm going to try carve out the inside of the ear a little. I've also pre-poked. So I'm going to have treble, obviously a toe point, wake bib, and I've got another one here for the tail. I don't know which one of these bits I'm going to use. That's like a burr bit. It's pretty trashed because I tried to use it on steel. And that one's like a diamond, and then I've got a small diamond. So I'm going to try the diamond first on an offcut, see what happens. Those ears look alright, eh? Not overly mousy, but oh, now's the hard part, trying to line the eyes up. I dare say no matter how many times I look at that, it's still going to look wrong to me. Don't know whether I'm cross-eyed or what. Alright, I'm going to give him a final sand with a bit of 240 and then super glue bath. I'm using the medium black. Try to brush it on this time. Normally I just bang it on with my finger and then wait the 2 or 3 days for it to fall off. Just using the same brush as I use for my epoxy. I dare say that's going to turn rock hard pretty quick. I don't know why, but I literally cannot get eyes straight when I eyeball it. No pun intended. So I'll let that set up and then we'll get on to painting. Starting to wonder whether I just leave one like this, eh? Looks pretty damn mousy to me. black eyes, a bit of pink in the ear, and I might do it, eh? Alright, while I'm waiting for that super glue to finish setting up, I'm gonna make a couple of little bibs and go for like a little, it's a pretty generic wake bib, I guess. It's pretty busy, but I'll cut that out on the scroll saw, I think. Alright, that probably won't show up. Straight off the belt sander, it's rough. Guess what? I'm not going to sand it. I'm going to leave it as is. Alright, I'm going to throw some hardware in it and see how it sits in the water. See if I need to put some lead in it. Oh, do I put weight in it or not? I don't even think I'm going to put weight in it. Alright, I'm pretty happy with how he floated. That was that one, but I'm just going to give him a quick sand and then paint him. Decided with the eyes, right, I'm going to put this red, orange, gold with a little bit of green under the black. I'm going to try and spray it on thin. Doesn't always work. Just so they got a little bit of character, we'll call it. You probably can't even see that, but it's a very thin layer. That's all it's getting. I know what my air compressor's doing. I'm not sure if what I'm about to do is going to be good, but I'm going to do one jet black, then I'm going to do another one like a bone colour, and then I'm going to hand paint the rest. And it's going to take ages. Start off with, I'm going to get a tiny bit of pink in their ears. So the black one's pretty much going to end up as like a grey mouse. It's going to make his fur out of greys and whites. Maybe a bit of silver. So obviously to make grey I've got to mix a bit of black and white. Don't know if I should be doing this in reverse order or like light to dark or dark to light. But I'm going to try this first. Just keep going with that, multiple layers, different colours. I'm going to turn the music on quiet and just keep going. I'll keep the camera going, but no, I won't because battery's nearly dead. Alright, it's a big fan brush, that's dry now. Bit of alcohol. Too much alcohol. Alright, I'm going inside to have some dinner, but it's pretty much him done. Glue these guys up and we'll clear coat them. So I'm going to have to go 5 minutes for the bibs. Should be fine because I haven't got a toe point on them. I'm going to go the high strength for the screw eyes. I'm going to have to put the tail in tomorrow, I think, because that's on the rotisserie spinning around and it touches the lure. It's going to be no good. So I'm going to go screw eyes first. Oh, on the eyes. 5 minutes for the eyes. Using Envirotex light on this one. I've got a small amount of red highlight in there too. I don't know whether you'll see it. I want to fish these lures tomorrow. So they're only getting one thick coat. I don't want to fuck around with that other one. Yeah, I'm going to set time for 10 minutes for that clear coat to chill, release its bubbles. Alright guys, don't know why, don't know whether you can see it or not, but that clear coat went cloudy. That's that new one again, so I think I'm fucking done with that. Setting up here to get the final pictures of the mouses. I definitely know I can't put eyes in straight. That one's good. That one's not too bad. Oh, this thing. That's terrible. Alright guys, here we are. She's a lot windier than I like it. I've gone for a hat mounted camera. Hopefully it's not too annoying. I've been out here for a while, eh? Oops. Just heading across to the far side. It looks like there's someone up the bank where I want to go, but we have the Radis on. I haven't taken the thumbnail yet, but yeah. So I'm just heading over the far side and trolling a super deep diver. There are a lot of things on the sounder, surprisingly. This is a purple lure with a big rattle, very loud rattling noise. So stupider things have happened. The water's filthy at the moment though. I'm hoping the audio is not too bad because it's a bit windy. And how I set up this hat camera mount, I can't get the external mic to work. So let's see what this guy does. We're going too quick for him. We'll have to wait until we get to the other side and we'll have a look. Alright, so what do we reckon? What's going to happen? That was the first time I tested it on the way out here. Oh, that's very mousy. He looks good. Pretty happy with that. Does need a little bit of weight, probably in the front end to keep it down a bit, but let's keep trolling and see if we can't pick something up until the sun goes down a bit. Whoa! What do we got here? Come on, buddy. Oh. Oh, he doesn't like the net. Bit shy. He's an alright size. He's an alright size. Alright, buddy. Off you go. this one up, I'm going to head home. So that little mouse lure worked pretty well. I think it's just way too windy out here at the dam. A couple of nice little spots I found, but I can get home and rest. It's been a big weekend. Alright, catches.